straight from the realm of all things gaming. Everything Noob starts now.
It's the 111th episode 111 of the Everything Noob Podcast. I am Vortek, maker of the videos on the YouTubes, and today I tried to cook an omelet with a waffle iron.
That sounds like fun.
It was kind of a mess.
Made a whiskit.
And joining me this evening, Miss Jemmy.
Yes! Borderlands, the pre-sequel. Been playing it.
Yes.
Claptrap. Check out my new dubstep song.
And I've been playing a new game called Waffle Iron. No, I'm just kidding.
You're a liar.
Waffle Iron Simulator.
And I made a waffle. I made an omelet.
That's the sequel to I Am Bread.
Oh, yeah.
My gosh.
Tonight's theme, we pick a theme for every week, and the theme for this evening is Christmas. This is our Christmas episode. We're going to be talking about games that are on sale, games we've been playing, games we're excited about, kind of a laid-back show, nothing really news-related, just stuff going on with us and gaming and things like that. So thank you for joining us tonight, and I'll kick things off by saying Mr. Dreadlow sent me a game, and why don't you tell us a little bit about that, because I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet.
All right. This game is called To the Moon, and it's basically like an RPG, kind of like the Pokemon, the little Pokemon series that you guys like so much. It's
like
that
an
kind
RPG where you catch monsters and send them to the moon.
Well, no,
or...
you don't catch monsters, but
Do we load them in a rocket like Kerbal Space Program and then just
Team Rocket?
go?
Actually,
Blasting off at the speed of light?
there is a rocket involved eventually, but no. What I mean is
Red Rocket?
the way it looks, the way it actually looks. The RPG element of it, the top down, or it's like a top down kind of Nintendo-ish looking RPG look. Yeah, it's that kind of a game, and there's a lot of things involved that you have to do, puzzle solving and things like that. But it's very, very easy, and I really think that he wanted the story to be expressed more than anything else. So he made it very easy so it doesn't draw you away from the story. Because how I found it was I was looking on YouTube for some video games, and what I do is I like to look through Steam, see a video or see a game, and it looks interesting because the pictures look interesting, but that doesn't always tell a story, so I want to see what the game's like. And this game had been in my inventory for I don't know how long, and I think I got it as a part of a Humble Bundle or something.
You re-gifted it to me.
And no, I've got it. I can't, once you play it, you can't. But when I saw it in my inventory, I said, what the heck game is this? I don't remember this. So I went ahead and I YouTubed it. And when I did, there was this one YouTube video that was basically reactions to the Moon gameplay or whatever. And I thought, I don't understand. This is a horror game. So I watched the video, and basically it was a montage of people with face cam playing this game, and different parts of the game, it shows their faces and they're just bursting into tears. And I'm going, well, I gotta play this game, I always look at what the game is before I install it, because I don't want to install some like 10 gigabyte file game and then find out it's not, it's not that good. So I wanted to see, and it was only like 100 megabytes. So it's like really small, but I didn't know that. And so I went ahead and installed it and started playing it, and sure enough, I hate to say it, man. I know I'm a dude, but that game made me cry. So you're in for a treat. I got you guys both the game because I really think that you guys enjoy it because of the kind of game it is, since you kind of like those kind of games, and for the fact that it is story-driven, so it kind of fits the festivity of this time of year.
Yeah.
Kind of puts you in the motion and all that stuff. I can tell you one thing about it without spoiling it.
Okay.
There's two doctors that you play, and these doctors work for a company that actually honors a person's dying wish. And so they go and they visit this old man who his dying wish was to go to the moon. And so through it, you go into his memory and you go through different timelines of his life to figure out, why he wanted to go to the moon, so that you can actually make that happen in his memory. And so throughout that story, you learn a lot about him, and you learn about the whole thing. And so it gets very emotional. So have fun with that.
Thanks, man. Nothing like crying on Christmas.
Cry like a baby.
Yeah, it's a happy cry.
Are you gonna play it like on Christmas Day?
Me?
I would love front row seats to that.
I would love to see you guys record it.
No, I got other plans for Christmas Day. The video I have coming out for Christmas is, if all goes well, we're supposed to record it tomorrow, and we're going to be doing a Minecraft build. I'm going to put that out on the channel for Christmas, so it should be a lot of fun. But that's my plan for Christmas video.
That will make you cry.
The Minecraft build?
Yeah. Because you'll get frustrated.
Yeah,
Is
probably.
it that bad?
I'm not a very good builder. Yeah.
Well, we've known this for years.
It should be pretty fun. It's you mentioned like the top-down style, and I'm imagining like the Game Boy version of Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I took a quick peek. It's that.
Did I talk about this last week? The channel that I found, the YouTube channel where he takes like video games and makes like animation with them. It's called Dorkly.
I don't think so.
I thought I talked about this in the show last week, but yeah, there's this new YouTube channel. He took Pokemon, like the Game Boy game, and he made like a whole series of videos called Pokemon Rusty Edition. And Rusty's the character, and he wants to go and start his Pokemon journey, but he sucks and he's awful. And it's hilarious. Like, it's this little series on YouTube. Every episode's like 3 minutes long, and like he starts out as no one will help him out, and he ends up getting his first Pokemon, and it's a Kakuna. And his idol is Red from the video game, so he names it Pikachu. And he drags it around on a leash and tries to level it up by throwing rocks at it. And he uses all the animation from the game itself.
Oh,
my gosh,
that's awesome.
Nice.
It's hilarious. I gotta link that. It's the channel's called Dorkly. I can't stop watching it. The guy's awesome. What he does.
Yeah, well, this one won't make you laugh. No. I mean, there's some part. The doctors are hilarious, but yeah, it's interesting. And this guy has actually made other games too, and there's actually a follow-up to this one called A Bird Story, but it's only like an hour long, and there's no dialogue whatsoever in the game.
What?
I mean, the To the Moon has lots of dialogue, but this one is strictly visual.
Drew would love that.
And he can't read?
It's still kind of a game. You still have to walk around and stuff, but it's very visual, and it's your imagination that... And supposedly it's just as emotional, so...
Huh.
It's a game where you're like the wind or whatever, just walking through the seasons.
All I know about that one, though, is it's about a boy who finds a hurt bird. That's all I know.
Well, it sounds like they're really imaginative and stuff with their their games. That's pretty cool.
Artwork.
Yeah.
I mean, you sit there and you think about video games, and and we just play them, and we judge them based on their value of gameplay and their immersion. But we don't think of it as art either. We don't look at the artistic, and I'm not just talking about the visual art. I'm talking about the actual writing involved. I mean, there's stories that are full-on stories that I see some of these video games. They could be great movies, and there's a lot of art. There's a lot of art.
That's better than a movie, like because playing a game forces you to engage on like a totally different level. Whereas a movie, you just kind of sit there and absorb it. With a game, you're not only are you absorbing it, but you have to progress it yourself. You have to hit the buttons to make it go. And
you're part of the action. You're part of it. You know?
The focus is just on a totally different level. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, I'm starting to appreciate scary games a little more than I used to because of that. But generally, they they weren't really anything. I'm like,
Just
whatever.
jump out and scare you. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like, oh, scary. But they're getting better and better. Like everyone keeps playing Five Nights at Freddy's. And that
Yeah.
one
Five Nights at Freddy's is a weird game though, because like it's really shallow if you just play through it. You have to go and find the Easter eggs to get the story.
Really?
Yeah, because there's like newspaper clippings like hung up on the wall sometimes when you're playing through the game and stuff. So like, if you're having a hard time playing it, just go Google those images after you play through it. But if you don't have a heart attack every time you think about the game, good luck.
the whole premise of the game, I just like the fact that you don't move. You know, the whole game is you're just sitting there and you're a guard watching over this place at night, and the only thing you have to do is check the cameras and just make sure everything's all right through the whole game. And yet it's like a
both of those games
awesome
now.
game, you know?
Oh, there's 2 of them?
Yeah, there's Five Nights at Freddy's and Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and the maker is working on the third one. And I've because of the holiday sales, I've acquired both of them. TJD gave me the second one, and I'm like, I was planning on doing a playthrough of the first one, and when I completed it, I would release those videos. And I'm just like, I keep thinking about it. I'm like, I'm having nightmares about it, actually. I can't sleep, and I haven't even really like played it yet. I've watched videos, so I kind of know what's up, but I can't not be scared every time.
I just think, how can I walk into a Chuck E. Cheese again?
You can't unless you have a little kid.
I don't mean that.
You can't do that.
They won't let you.
I just meant
They won't let you.
I just meant after playing or watching somebody play that game and seeing what it's all about, knowing that, you know, these things come to life at night in the game. I mean, it freaks me out now just to think about it.
They freaked me out to begin with. I think that's why the game scares me so much, is because like I always have this thing against like animatronic dolls and just
I have a thing
dolls
about
and stuff.
clowns. Clowns just
they just freak me out, and they freaked me out ever since I was like a tiny tot. And so like I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese or anything like that, and I never will go because it will just weird me out. It's a Small World is a horror show for me, but also fun because I like to be scared.
What would you call that? You know, when you're afraid of clowns, clown phobia.
No, there is an actual.
Is there?
There's a word for it.
I mean, they're all right, but they freak me out. They're just freaky. I mean, if I had a clown doll in the corner of the room, I couldn't. I would go nuts.
Oh, where's the pronunciation of this? Because like, coulrophobia.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, that's the fear of clowns.
That's weird.
They had to name that. They'd actually think of a name for the fear of clowns. But speaking of TJD gifting things, he got me Goat Simulator, which is something I've been dying to get.
Yeah, he told me about that. He wants to
You didn't even have that?
and Mojito play it.
No, I didn't have it. I've been watching videos on it and live streams and stuff, but I never actually went and picked it up. And
There's like it's like 3 games in one, really. Because the first one really isn't. The first part of it really is what they had during their beta phase, and it was just a really small little town, and then they expanded that, and then they got the MMO part of it. So,
yeah, I'm excited to play all of that. Like, but yeah, he gave it to myself and Mojito, and we're going to try to set it up so we can record something together with it, because that's oh gosh, it's gonna be so fun.
It's hilarious.
I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, well, we have it set up, and unfortunately my laptop just doesn't have the power to record and play games, at least not very well. So we're going to set it up so where she can just use the second mic I have here, and we'll just do the recordings like, you know, Jimmy and I used to do them in Minecraft, where one person records and the other person's just there. Or no, you and I recorded our own sides, but...
Yeah, we've recorded our own sides, but yeah. I mean... Whatever. You don't need it.
Yeah. So it's going to be, pretty fun. I'm hoping that can come on the channel here pretty soon. I also got Salt as a gift from Weem.
Salt?
Yeah. Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
I got that gifted too from somebody.
Got it for Dreadlow.
And then
Wait, did you gift Weems gifts to
No,
Dreadlock?
no.
Shame on you.
No, I played it
No, because
actually.
he knows I enjoy those kind of games. Those are.
Salt.
Oh, did I pick bad for you, Dreadlock?
No, but you know what? After I got it from you, I played it.
What did you give him?
She gave me a Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
Oh yeah.
Reverse.
And I died. I couldn't get through Basement, man. Basement 1.
That game is a lot harder.
And then I hooked my controller up. I said, okay, I'm going to try this with a controller. And it's a lot easier with a controller, I have to say.
So.
Yeah.
And I started playing it. I just don't like the fact that I have to push different buttons to fire in different directions. If I can move in one direction, just hit one button to fire, that would be awesome.
Well, it's for like strafing, so you can move back and forth, but shoot out in one direction the whole time.
I know, but
my
thumbs can't calculate which direction to.
I love my keyboard for that game.
Do you?
Yeah, but that's just me. Some people are like that, where like you, where they like the controller better. I like the keyboard. It's fun. I got it as a gift from, I think it was TTX. I want to say, or no, it was you. Sorry, I got to see TTX. I got a few games at once, and they all confused me. But yeah.
So she wanted to torture us both.
My feelings are hurt.
I'm sorry.
I'm hurt.
I'm sorry.
If you forget what I got you for Christmas, I'm gonna rage.
Well, I bought your Christmas gift in physical form, so
yeah, that's same for me. I bought it in physical form. So if you somehow forget this, it's on.
Yeah, Jemmy's actually going to be here for Christmas. You're coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's why I'm going to be out of town. And unfortunately, I don't think I'll be on the show next week. No, I will. I was in my head. We're not coming back Sunday, so I will be here for the show. That's a lie. Disregard everything that was just said.
You better be here for the damn show. So,
or what?
Or I don't know.
I won't
or
be
we'll
here.
be short a person.
So Salt.
Get intern.
Salt, yes, that's what I was going to say. Salt is a lot different than I thought it would be. I thought it was another craft survive build game, but they did everything but the building. It's more about exploring. So you start out, you're stranded on an island, and then you have to run around to gather some supplies, and there's like a chest on that island that you spawned on with some extra stuff, and then you craft your first boat, which is a raft with a sail, and you get in, and you can just drive this thing around the ocean. And the movement of the boat is really cool because you have like on your raft there's a little paddle with a fin.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people make the mistake of being in front of the paddle, so they had to keep looking back to turning around to steer and stuff. But
yeah, you have to.
There's a way to actually stand. So I'm looking forward to trying that.
And they thought of even like you know how when you have a boat like that, you have to point the stick in the opposite direction you want to turn, and they even have that mechanic in there. And then you kind of like crash it onto an island and go explore, gather some stuff, push it off the shore, get back in, and go to your next island. And you'll find like pirates, and you'll find like merchants sitting on the shores selling you stuff, and it's really cool. It's just all about exploring and like unlocking the story as you go through this procedurally generated thing. Is
this game still kind of like an early access?
Yes.
Or
they have if you go to the saltthegame.com, they have a roadmap of like the things they're planning and what's in the game already.
Because right now, I guess the basic goal is to get the biggest, end up getting the big. You want the pirate ship, because I saw Paul Soares Jr. does a series on this, and his goal was to try and get a pirate ship, because sometimes you'll find a pirate ship and you can't do anything with it because you have to have certain parts to it. So you have to craft these parts to fix the pirate ship, and then you get the pirate ship, and you got this big old pirate ship, and it goes like 10 times faster or whatever, and you know, and so you just keep going with it.
That's awesome.
I don't know. There's got to be more to it than that, though. I mean, you know what I mean? Eventually,
yeah.
Hopefully they'll add more, but so far that's the only goal, is just to explore.
Get a pirate ship.
Get a pirate ship.
Yeah.
Get one now.
That's the only goal for me.
Yeah, I like it
Pirates?
because
Yes.
It's like a sandbox game where you're kind of exploring and unlocking a story as you go. Like the things that one of the things missing from Minecraft is any sort of like real story. But
they're working on that, I thought.
really?
Oh,
Yeah.
I heard some news about that, by the way.
What?
The movie, Minecraft.
Oh, that got canned
It got canned because Jeb, I guess, was it? Or the other...
But I thought the director left because of creative differences, but that doesn't mean it's canned, right?
No, it's not canned, but he left, and he left because Jeb felt as though where he wanted to go with the movie wasn't where they wanted to go with it. They wanted to make it like a Goonies style game. I mean, movie. Like three kids stumble upon a game called Minecraft.
I'm going to get a
like
lot
that.
of rage and flack, but I hate the Goonies, and I'm glad that's getting canned.
It's Ancient actually just mentioned another Minecraft news snippet, and then I saw that I thought it's really cool. Telltale Games is making a Minecraft story.
That's what I just said. Like, they're getting a story mode. It's from like Telltale Games, but yeah.
So I thought you were.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like Mojang is developing it, and I'm like, that's not.
No. The movie is the director
They
of the movie.
outsourced.
Hopefully they figure that out and we get a good movie out of it.
Going back to that Dorkly channel, he actually has a Telltale Games video of what Mario would be like if it was a Telltale game, and it's hilarious. Like, this is the way it goes. It's only a couple minutes long, but anyway, sorry, I'm obsessed with this YouTube channel. That's pretty cool though. I would play that. I would play. Just kind of a make choices kind of game.
Yeah.
You would love those Telltale games then.
Yeah.
Have you played any of them?
I think I have one I have not played yet, but I don't know which.
Which one?
I thought it was The Walking Dead.
Well, they have.
Maybe
I was gonna say they have The Walking Dead. They have The Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
The Borderlands story now.
Back to the Future. I've got all of them.
Oh, they have that one.
Yeah.
Huh.
I played it all. It's awesome.
I think I have the first Walking Dead one, or it's on my wish list, one or the other. But I've seen enough to know that I'm definitely interested.
Okay.
I don't want to watch too much because Walking Dead stuff I don't like spoilers, even though it's like a different story. I don't like spoilers.
Is it a different story, or is it like a side story to the actual?
It doesn't
go
follow
with
the
it
show
at all?
as far as I know.
Okay, well, because the Back to the Story
Back
games,
to the Future.
or Back to the Story. We've got story, Back to the Story, Minecraft, Back to the Minecraft. No, Back to the Future one is actually a continuation from the movies where the movies left off.
Okay.
So when you play the game, he's right there when it was all over with, takes off with the train, the whole thing. And it takes off from there because something happens to Doc and he has to go, and so it takes off from there. So it has a completely different, the whole story has a different, it's like continuation. And they use this guy that sounds exactly like Michael J. Fox for the voice of Marty.
Did they really get him to do the voice?
And they got Doc, the real Doc that did Doc in the movies, to do the Doc in the game. Yeah, they didn't use Michael J. Fox because for obvious reasons. I mean, he's has his
Parkinson's.
But
Parkinson's disease.
He does work still. He had a sitcom there for a while. He's
yeah.
I think a lot of guest star spots.
But when they made this game, it was way before he had it all under control yet.
How old is it?
This goes. I want to check and see.
Because I was going to say, he's had Parkinson's for a while now.
No, he has, and this was. Let's see. Let's go to the store page.
We'll just type this up now.
December 2010.
Okay, wow.
So it was a while ago. That's when it was released here on Steam. But who knows how long? Because it was probably.
Yeah, it's a note name. Well, maybe he's not no name. Maybe he's done other stuff.
We're getting a new Kingdom Hearts. Of course we're getting.
I know.
King's
I'm
Quest.
so excited.
King's Quest.
Oh,
is what
that
we're getting.
too.
King's Quest.
Who's making King's Quest?
Sierra's
making it for sure.
Yep.
They're still around?
Yep.
Yes.
Holy crap.
They died for a while and then they got resurrected. Like the Phoenix, their great games will come back upon us.
That was like they had so many games I used to play.
They're called Sierra
I
Phoenix.
loved it.
No, I was kidding.
No.
I know they were the ones that revolutionized. I mean, I feel as though they're the ones that really got gaming.
If you've never played King's Quest,
PC.
It's like the whole Telltale thing, except not really. Like it's like a point and click adventure where you can't really make choices. You just have to like find stuff. And is that a good way of describing it? Like,
yeah, it's a point and click adventure, but usually it involves an inventory with Sierra games, and you kind of have to use your inventory to solve the puzzles. Whereas with Telltale, it's just kind of mostly click around to advance the story. Like you'll walk and stuff. So the Telltale version is more of an interactive storybook, whereas it's a little bit of a puzzler from the Sierra side of things.
Yeah,
and like. They have weird puzzles where the solution is like throw a pie at a Yeti and you'll get through the path. Like, who would have thought of that? Like, a bucket of water is enough to kill a dragon. Okay, whatever.
Of course.
I've got my bucket. I'll be totally good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited though. The Steam sale is actually lasting. I might be wrong about this, but I do not remember the Steam sale ever going past like 2 days or so after Christmas.
Yeah. No, it's always been straight into like 2 or 3 days into January.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I was just excited to see that because after Christmas is all said and done, if there are games on your wish list you didn't get, the sale will still be going on.
My wallet will not be going on.
Yeah, people are probably pretty broke at that point, but yeah, I'm definitely excited to see the Steam sale stick around because there are a few games that, especially now that I'm doing a lot more with YouTube and trying to get more videos out and more games, more variety, there's a lot on my list right now that I'm kind of itching to get, and Salt was one of them. So big thanks to Weem there. Someone also sent me, someone who watches my videos and stuff sent me 7 Days to Die. Rick's Lady.
Oh, you don't even have that?
No, I haven't had 7 Days to Die, and in fact, I hardly watched anything on it. It was just another one of those games that I kind of missed. And man,
well, since I played, it's a lot better now. I mean, they've done a lot to it to improve it. Because before it was very much like Minecraft in a sense where it was very blocky, but they've gotten rid of that. Now it's smooth terrain. Somewhat smooth. It's not super smooth. But
what were you going to say, Jimmy?
I was like, you remember that 2-part segment we did talking about games on Steam Greenlight? Somebody bought me, this is a friend of mine, Mount Your Friends.
That's
I was like, oh boy, I cannot wait to play that. It's so goofy.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I have actually still a pretty extensive wish list. Mount Your Friends.
Expensive?
No, extensive.
Oh.
Is Mount Your Friends the one where you just kind of take these little cartoony guys and like stack them on top of each other?
Yes!
Yeah.
And they're all like nearly naked and...
Oh, there's another game that's kind of not similar to that in terms of how you play it, but the name is kind of similar. I'm trying to remember what it is because it's not out yet on Steam. I don't even think there's a playable version of it yet.
Oh. Then I can't help you. I won't
the way
know
it works is it's like, imagine a sumo ring, right? Sumo wrestling where you have to push one person out.
Yeah.
And remember Cat Dog, the show on Nickelodeon years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of like that. There's two people that are attached to each other. And your friend controls one half of you while you control the other. And you're trying to like grab a ball with like your torso while the other team is trying to get it from you. And I gotta find this game now. I can't even remember. It's freaking hilarious, though.
That sounds nuts.
It looks crazy, and I wish I would have saved some info on it because I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out, but probably not tonight. Something about friends and tug of war. I don't know. But it's
Pull your friends, tug your friends.
Tug your friends. I don't know, but it's pretty damn funny. Can't stop thinking about that.
There's Santa's Rampage. That ought to be interesting.
Santa's Rampage.
Yeah, it's probably kind of like Redneck Rampage or like Postal 2, where you You go around killing everybody or something. I don't know. Let's see. Tragedy. Santa, the toy-giving folk hero, and purveyor of fine Christmas goods, has had enough. Endless requests from greedy children wanting more and more and more every year. Tax increases, pressure, and elves and bills and reindeer. Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Well, so
he goes around, instead of giving gifts, he kills everybody.
Well, instead of now you got me all confused. 7 Days to Die. That's what I was going to talk about.
Okay, sorry.
So I played it for a little bit. I was going to record, but I need to learn more about it. I don't like the art style of that game at all. It's a huge turnoff for me.
Yeah, it's
just dark and gloomy.
Maybe you'll just fall in love with it once you play it, though.
Maybe once I get more into it, yeah. It's dark and gloomy, but in the wrong way. Like the graphics just seem kind of, I don't know, like an afterthought in a lot of ways. Like today, the biome I spawned in, I don't know what the hell happened, but everything was gray. And I know the color was working because I spawned on a street in front of a car, which was yellow. And then, unless you were on the road, all the landscape was gray. The trees were gray, the trunks were gray, the leaves were gray, the stuff you walked on was gray. Gray, 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 gray. Gray.
What's wrong with that? It's more realistic.
That's not realistic.
I think you're in an area that's all gray.
Oh no, that was sarcasm for when the phase of realistic looking games where everything was shades of brown and gray.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, but that's 7 Days to Die though, so that's more. It makes sense for that game to be kind of gloomy, whereas there's a lot of games where it was there's no real need for this game to be depressive in its color scheming.
There is. I think you're meaning it's not real vibrant, right? It's kind of like
unsaturated,
Fallout level of graphic color. But there are areas that are green. You just have to find those. It's green with flowers and nice colors.
In some ways, that game looks like something from the late 90s. Like the way the zombies are, if you walk up to them, there's no what do you want to call it? Texture to their face. It just looks like a drawing. That makes sense.
I see what you mean.
It doesn't look like their nose sticks out. It just looks like it's just like a picture of a person that they put onto an animated
animated blob.
Yeah.
Thing.
It just, I don't know. I know it's alpha, but I feel like at this point we should be seeing the graphics that will represent the actual game once it comes out.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because I'm kind of a snob when it comes to these games. Now, I'm playing on my channel Rising World, and it's doing fantastic. People really love Rising World. And the alpha is done really, really well. Not everything, but a lot of things that the game is eventually going to have are already in there, but there's no crafting recipe. There's no way to collect materials to get these items. You just, if the game, let's say you want a sword, an iron sword. You don't need anything. You just click iron sword and it quote-unquote crafts it, and then you get it.
And that's because there's no way to actually craft it yet.
There's no iron.
They give it to you. Yeah, so they give it to you until that happens.
Yeah.
So once they do, then yeah.
But if you want things like sandstone, you just use regular stone because they'll give something to craft it with, but they don't have the right stuff in the game yet to do it. So everything is
I know in that game, I'm noticing I watch a few videos here and there of people that play this game, and when they talk about the game, they don't realize those arrows on the sides of the picture that show what you're crafting.
Someone pointed that out to me.
And I'm wondering, hopefully maybe the developers will key in on that, because everybody I've watched a video of playing that game misses out on so much. They keep making the same colored stuff, and they think, oh, this is what we got. And it's the first stuff that appears is, I don't know, kind of bland and ugly. But you can go through and change the texture of it, so you can make it like a redwood or a brown wood. You know what I mean?
There's also different shapes. You don't have to build with just blocks. You can use cylinders and half.
This guy was building a castle, and he goes, well, if they had cylinders or something like that, this would be so much better. I'm thinking to myself, the arrow, just click the arrow, And
oh,
yeah, it's sad because they don't.
How derpy.
They don't have any way of expressing that to you in the game, so you don't know.
I think he's talking about me because I did that same thing. I was building like a fortress wall. I'm like, I wish this game had cylinders, and then that's when I got the comments. It does have cylinders.
Yeah, it might have been your video. I don't know. I've watched a lot of videos on it because that's what I like to watch videos. So
did you want it to look
I
like
watch yours all the time. So
wood logs wall or
I wanted some like log looking stuff and instead I settled on like a stone looking wall, and it was, I don't know, it was all right. It's a cool game. There's a lot of different things you could do. You can build with blocks or wooden planks as walls, like actual flat planks, not block walls, like Minecraft.
I like one how you discovered that you can actually drag your cursor and make a lot of, and it was funny, you discovered it while you're recording. And then were you the one that made the flat panel wood wall?
Yeah.
And then you were trying to reverse it?
It just started dragging.
You didn't know how to reverse it, and you started dragging. Big, oh! I thought that's what it sounded like. It went, oh, you could do that? You were like surprising yourself. It was funny.
The point is, like, this game is just an alpha done right, and it's so early in development, yet it's such a full-fledged like building game already. And I'm just really happy with it. Even if I'm not able to gather materials to craft certain things, I know they're working on that stuff later. They're focused more or less on the stuff that's going to be in the game. They want to showcase that, and then you can trust that eventually they're going to have ores to mine and craft things and stuff. And I just thought that was really cool. Like, they did a really, really good job with it. And so when I see an alpha, like, I don't know, I guess it just set the bar really high for me with other games. But I'm still going to give like 7 Days to Die a chance. It's not that I'm not going to play it. It was just kind of like a weird, going back to like...
It's sad because it's kind of dated, and it's weird because, I mean, back when they first started developing this game and when zombie games were like heavy, it was something that everybody wanted, some kind of zombie game. And now that kind of, you notice how that genre kind of like, it's kind of going away now?
Yeah.
And so and they're just now, finishing the game. And it's like, that kind of sucks because
zombies are not in right now.
It's not in anymore. So
what is in right now?
That's what worries me about some of these early release games.
I don't know what's in right now. There was another genre of game I remember that is kind of taking over, but I was telling a friend about it, and now I just cannot remember because I want to say survival and sandbox, but I feel like that's starting to phase out into like a different type of game, like a lot of simulator games, like silly simulator games. I was telling him there's Goat Simulator, and now there's this one where you can be a slice of bread, and just
people are just eating that up. They love it.
It's funny, stupid games.
Yeah, it's just,
and I love it. I just love it so much.
It would it would make me rage quit.
You're just a slice of bread?
Yeah, and you have to move over to the toaster, and it's all the way across the room, and you can't touch the floor because if you do,
you're dirty.
You're dirty. And you get bonus points for adding butter to yourself or jelly.
You butter yourself?
You can butter yourself by moving over the butter dish and then work your way over to the toaster.
Wait. I don't really want my bread jellied before I put it in the toaster. That just sounds like a hot mess.
You don't, you're going to get butter all over your toaster.
Once you get in the toaster and you toast both sides and you get it to 100% without burning it, that's the end of the phase, and it goes to the next one. So there's no way to like toast it then put the stuff on.
Yeah, I realize that. It's just like in my head, I'm like, oh, that just sounds like it would be a mess to clean out of your toaster.
And the bread is just extremely rubbery. I've been noticing in a lot of these videos I watch. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out in the popularity field. Because I see a lot of rage quitters so far.
I see a lot of people playing it. Definitely, it got
there's a lot of people.
I want that cat swatting game to finish coming out.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You have a cat, and the objective is just to knock everything off the shelves.
Oh yeah, that was. I love that. Isn't that like just a quick playable Flash game? Or
It was like a Flash demo, but they were working on making like a full-fledged like game with it.
That's just disappointing. I mean, and that's another thing you should watch out for this holiday season when you're buying games for your friends is really look at the ones that are early access and see if they have progress, see if how long they've been doing it, if they already have their funding or if they're just getting ready to do a Kickstarter. I mean, because we talked extensively about early access games recently and how they don't finish. And it's just...
Oh my God, I wouldn't do it. Like as a gift, absolutely no. Unless the game was like a week from real release. No, I wouldn't do that. I feel like that would be a bad gift.
I have games on my wish list that are early access, like Salt. I got Salt and 7 Days to Die. That's not done yet. You know, I'm just hoping that they finish and I'm not gonna like resent my friends for getting me those games if they don't. But
no,
I try to look for the ones that are done unless they're on someone's wish list. I'm like, okay, well if you want it, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
No, it's not about like if it's what they want, that's fine. But like if I was like trying to pick a game for them that wasn't on their wish list, I would just like absolutely hands down avoid early access, alpha, whatever. Like, no, full release titles only, unless that's what they've asked for.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at a game that's like their last update was the end of 2013, and they're still early access.
Yeah.
That's when you might want to just kind of avoid. You know what I mean? It could have been abandoned, but yeah, if you scroll down a little bit and you look at not just the comments, but the actual posts from the developers. They should have post-update posts in there. And if their latest update was like, say, even last month, then they're obviously updating it frequently. So do your research, definitely.
Yeah. It's cool. Like, I really love, what Steam is doing for these developers and stuff. But when games get abandoned, that's always a shame. Especially the ones that are, like, really good ideas. And there's one, it's already pretty much finished. He's calling it beta, but what it is the base game is pretty much finished. Do you guys remember Fruit? Phroot or 00T? It's Fruit.
Yeah, I remember that.
He made the 3089 game, 4089,
Oh, okay,
all those games. He made a new game. And I did a video on 4089, and I said hi to him on Twitter, and he messaged me to give me like an update of it, and said, oh, how's it going? And I said, good, how are you? And he told me about a secret project he had going on for a new game, and he told me what it was, and it was hilarious. And he's like, well, don't tell anyone. And I said, okay. He's like, I'll give you a copy when it's done. And I figure I'm not going to hear from him, with this copy for months, so whatever.
Yeah.
Well, a couple weeks later, I get a copy of the game.
Oh, wow.
It's called Spermination.
No way.
And have you seen that episode of Family Guy where Stewie goes into the
yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. So you start out and the game starts by you picking your like little sperm ship, and you can put different guns on it and armor and things like that. And then you hit start,
okay,
and you hear and then all the sperm is just going, and your goal is to shoot down the other sperm and get to the egg before.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy!
Yes,
nobody's ever thought of that.
I know. I'm really excited about it. So he has it on Greenlight. I made a video.
No way.
Yes.
Oh,
yes way.
That is not gonna get greenlit.
No, sure will.
That is a shame too, because I mean, Baby Maker Extreme got put on Xbox. That should make it a stream. Oh god.
You should have called it Ovule Nation instead.
Okay.
No.
No.
Yeah, I'll leave a video for it in the show notes on everythingnoob.com. Abort.
Wow.
Wow, chat.
Oh, chat. Wow, you stay
Abort.
classy.
Stay classy, chat. Gross. So it's really well done. I like the upgrade aspect. Like you won't win on your first try most likely. So you go through and you get money in your sperm bank, and then you can spend that for upgrades on your sperm shit. What's so funny about that? I'm just kidding.
I can't hear. Oh, it hurts.
Geez. That's fun.
Oh, it hurts.
And then you can get special skills for
It's
your
not
sperm.
supposed to hurt. It's supposed to be fun.
Oh man.
Do you ever have to break through a force field?
No, but that was, I think maybe it was your sister telling me that would be, or no, I think it was a coworker. I mentioned the game to him, and like someone said it'd be really funny if like there was like a level that trolled you where it was just a condom in the way, and
Yeah.
you had to like break through it.
Oh my God, that would be cool.
Someone said that. I'm sorry for forgetting who did, but it was pretty funny. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with it. He's just an awesome person. You could tweet him on and tell him what you think of the game. People in the comments have been pretty constructive about criticism to it. Like, I was kind of sad to see any criticism just because I really like the game, but they had some fair points how it kind of needs some polish and stuff like that. And it is in beta, so I had a problem with trying to upgrade my ship. It wouldn't work, and it will work, but he just made the way it tells you how to buy something kind of confusing, so he's fixing that. It's cool though. Like, I was excited. He gave me a copy of it, and yeah. So Spermination.
I can't.
Sounds.
Oh, wow. We exist in a world where that game is going to exist.
Yes. Please greenlight this game for us.
I know. Please, this needs to happen. We need to give a sperm giveaway.
Sperm donation.
Yeah, a sperm donation day.
Let us be your sperm donors here at Everything Noob.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Oh.
So, there you have it.
What I'm kind of concerned about with the Steam sales right now is I've been noticing, they're in tile form. When you scroll down, there's a bunch of tiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing that, like there'll be one, like I saw the Stick of Truth, and then I scroll down a little further, and then there's the Stick of Truth again, same exact one, and I'm scrolling down, and then there's a smaller tile, Stick of Truth, and it's all the same thing. It's like they have like populated their thing with multiple copies.
Isn't that like block at the bottom based like generated off of your possible interest though?
I don't know. Why would it be there 3 times? I don't know. There's some games in here I would have never played, so I don't know if it's by my interests, but
Oh.
I'll tell you about one game. I just added it to my wish list too. I really, 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 really want it. I saw it a while ago and I just remembered it. Have you guys seen...
Hint, people who still need to get him a gift.
yeah.
I'm gonna get it myself here if no one does. It's not like...
Oh, see, like right here, there's Lords of the Fallen, okay? Is a big tile. And then you scroll down a little while, and then there's Lords of the Fallen again, but it's a smaller tile this time. Then you scroll down a little further, Lords of the Fallen again. It's weird. It's like they're trying to make you feel like there's more games there than there really is that are on sale.
Many, many, many games are on sale. You could just search for one, and it'll say. But you're right; they should put more tiles of those games.
Well, I mean, if I scroll through it and I see Stick of Truth, I'm done. I don't want to look at it again. It's like they're trying to remind me, hey, the Stick of Truth is on sale. I just wanted, in case you missed it.
In case you missed it.
Well,
the game I want is called Tabletop Simulator.
I thought you got
really?
that.
I was looking at that today.
Yeah.
I thought you already had
no,
that.
I don't. And it's awesome. Like...
Didn't you already?
No,
I
it's
talked
new.
about it. It's... So, okay. Imagine a game that has a bunch of games in it, like chess and checkers and stuff. And you can play those games with your friends.
It's still early access, too.
Yeah. And that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But what if the game let you control your arms however you wanted? And let's say you were losing the game. You can flip the table. You can just be done. You can just wipe the pieces off the table. And that's it. Like, stuff like that. Like, it's just a really cool concept. And it's funny because there's not a whole lot of, like, chess games out there that are really good. You could play chess on, like, weird websites and stuff. But if you just want like a good chess game to have like a multiplayer experience with your friend, I think this should be it right here.
I was looking at it for D&D online, like with friends.
I think isn't that
they had
like the
like
little pieces and
they had the little miniatures and they were like animated with like death animations and everything. I was like, oh, that looks so cool.
I bet you that's what's slowing the game down, and that's why it's still in early access.
Well,
if they
consistently
just created,
updating
like an API to create, I think that would be the best.
They've been consistently updating this thing, they've updated it three and a half. I want to say 3.5 because one was a bug fix, but three times this month.
If you watch the video on their Steam page, it shows two people playing chess, and let's say you capture one of the other pieces, you could take and just throw it off the board.
No, here's my thing though. When I was watching those videos, so like they showed a couple of times where people flipped the table, but that table falls for like forever. It's like it's floating way up in the air. But like you'll have like a street. There's like different backgrounds you can pick, and one of them's like down on a street, and then in the middle of the woods and stuff. But it falls forever, and I'm like, why are you floating in the sky?
It's true. It's weird, but it's cool. I think this was a really good idea, and I'm excited to see it get released, and I want to support it. I want to buy the 4-pack.
So it's got a lot more games to it now since the last time I've seen it.
Yeah, you got dominoes. You could actually make a domino, like one of those chain reaction things.
Oh yeah.
You could just build one.
Yeah.
Chess and yeah, there's the D&D looking pieces, Chinese checkers, and all kinds of stuff. So definitely check out Tabletop Simulator, and that would be just a fun gift right there, especially if you have it too and you can play it with your friends.
What they need is a deck of cards. Oh, they do have poker.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's poker.
Well, they said you could create your own game, so I assume at some point they're going to have an API where you can kind of drop in your own board games and stuff. And they had a screen at the end of the video where they had their own like board game. I don't know if you'll be able to custom make your own pieces without like an API or a plugin, but yeah.
Wow. That's interesting.
You would be able to do that. And it's like, oh, Cards Against Humanity could be.
Oh.
Let me just throw that one down. Literally.
Well, speaking of cards, I bought one today.
You bought a card?
No, I bought a game that was called, oh gosh, I don't know. It's called Poker Night. It's with all the characters from I know
what you're talking about. Team Fortress 2 and stuff.
Yeah. Team Fortress and a bunch of other games. Deponia, all those different games. It's called Poker Night
at the Inventory.
Yeah, I bought that. So I can't
Strong
wait
Bad.
There it is. Yeah, Poker Night. It's by Telltale Games too. That's
Penny Arcade.
That's the interesting thing.
Is it?
Yeah, it was actually made by Telltale Games. I can't wait to get into that. Oh my gosh, the characters that you get to play with.
I kind of miss playing games like that. You know, it's all been about video games and playing getting friends together to play things like Gauntlet and stuff like that. But it's classic tabletop games would be a lot of fun.
Imagine playing poker with Claptrap. Okay, how funny would that be? And he's always making comments. You know what I mean?
He's always getting into shenanigans.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, good stuff. So anything else on anyone's Christmas list before we head off here?
No, I think I pretty much got every game I wanted this year, even Pokemon.
It's only one that I really want, and I'm not going to be able to get it, unfortunately.
What?
Life is Futile. Unfortunately, it's just too high priced right now. I mean, they're only giving 25% off for the holiday sale.
Is that like their
Still
top
high.
sale price? Because everything always has 2 sale prices.
That's their. I don't know.
What do you mean?
It's. Yeah. What do you?
Every game that goes on the Steam sale, if it's going to go on sale, they have like the lowball sale price, and then they have the like limited time super sale price. So like it'll be like 10, like, okay, Borderlands, the pre-sequel right now I think is like 10% off or whatever. Or maybe it's 30%. I can't remember. But when it was like the featured sale item, it was 50% off.
See, I could see myself paying $20 for the game. Easy.
That seems fair.
But I can't do $40 and then only given 25% off only brings it down to 30. Still too much to me. So
$10
game
too much.
That early access, yeah, you can definitely tell they're probably using Steam to fund the project, which is something that the new guidelines said you probably shouldn't do that. So,
yeah.
But it looks like a lot of people are playing it. I have a lot of people on my friends list, and I always see Life is Feudal on there. So enough people are buying it.
I think they advise against that because realistically, for most games, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always liked Worm Online, except for the fact that it takes so long, and this game gives us that in between, Yeah. And it's very similar to Worm Online, so that's why I wanted to, get it. But unfortunately, they just get that. If they would have done it like these other games, given us 50% or then I would have grabbed it. But
well, let's talk about next week's show here before we head off. Next week, if I'm not mistaken, that's the last podcast of 2014, correct?
Yes.
So we're going to discuss our top games of 2014. Do another one of those shows, kind of like we did last year, but maybe a little bit different. And that should be a lot of fun. So, also, I'm not sure, Jemmy, you're kind of the one heading up the T-shirt store.
Yeah, because I'm going to be out of town for a week, like nothing's going to happen there.
Okay.
Until I would say the new year is fair.
Okay. Well, there is a T-shirt store. There are products on it. So if you do feel like supporting the podcast, hit up everythingnoob.com and click T-shirt store. We are going to be, like Jemmy said, updating that early 2015 with more stuff and more things. And the new store is a lot more reasonably priced than the last one. Good products. We know a lot of other YouTubers and things like that who use this particular shop. So we're really excited to be working with them now. And yeah, so there you go. Thank you, guys. Have a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
all the
everybody.
things you celebrate. Enjoy. Spend time with your family. And play lots of video games. We will see you next week.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of the Everything Noob Podcast. Hit up everythingnoob.com for our show notes, blogs, YouTube and Twitch channels, previous episodes, and even a t-shirt store. Please game responsibly, and we'll see you next week.